Welcome to Animal Bites, Take 3, where we tell you all the fun shit about animals that the Irwins, Animal Planet, and that khaki-loving son of a bitch at your local zoo is too chicken shit to tell you. I'm River, and this is Bud and DA.
What? Hello, folks. And so, I think we're gonna just jump right off the bat here. And so, last episode, back in the month of January, 12 years ago, we were talking about Chernobyl.
The Paleozoic era back then?
Yes.
It's been a while since we filmed.
It's been... well, don't let them know that.
This is my Halcyon era, wasn't it?
My saber-toothed tiger evolved into a domestic house cat. That's how long it's been.
Don't let them know that we're using movie magic.
Anywho, Bud.
But in the very long time since we've recorded in our last episode, we did mention Chernobyl and the effect of the wildlife over there. Well, guess what? Now it's on fucking fire.
Womp womp.
I know few things that will speed up the evolutionary process other than the combination of nuclear radiation and fire.
But not to mention that the fire is making the nuclear radiation worse. Someone's speed running here, and I can respect it. Excellent tactic by our speed runner here, God, who used fire to speed up the evolution time over in Chernobyl using the nuclear radiation that was already there. You see, the devs didn't actually want that trick to be exploited, but it seems like speedrunners have found a way around that, and excellent form there.
Instead of awesome games done quick, it's just, apocalypse done quick.
Evolution done quick.
I mean, I don't know why Hasbro or Mattel hasn't jumped on this right now. You could have these packaged apocalypse, for kids out by Christmas.
I mean, you've got everything you need in 2020 already. You've got fire.
My little two-headed pony.
Just so much fucking fire.
My little six-legged pony.
A toy helicopter. And an at-home virus kit.
Oh my god!
With a little kid-sized microscope so you can see your own pandemic virus grow as it progresses.
So...
Set of lab rats for testing not included.
So anywho, speaking of Chernobyl, we were talking about how the Chernobyl animals, and you sent us a picture of a cow that looked like it had like fucking 2 mouths. Now, granted, he didn't survive, but we were also talking about the elephant's foot. You remember? He did?
Yep.
We were supposed to. So our topic today is called "What are fish?"
Oh, that's right. I think I was drunk when I sent you that. I was joking, but
Bud, don't ever assume that you were not drunk, because yes, you were drunk. Okay, so anywho,
are you calling me an alcoholic?
Bud, what are fish?
Anyway, okay. I take offense to that, but we'll settle that after the show. Anyway, so I believe I said what are fish?
What are fish?
And also, what are fish? I'm going to take that topic. I'm going to throw a pin in it for one moment.
Oh my god!
Because I know. But I mentioned the pandemic, so now there's a timestamp on. So it is the unfortunate, god awful year of 2020. So in 40 years, when the last few shreds of humanity are searching for entertainment on a bicycle ran internet server that is in a desolate factory, when they're searching through the last remains of the internet for entertainment, and they happen to come across this somehow. Now it is time-stamped to 2020. And well, we all know what happened in 2020, and I don't know where we're putting this up, so...
But, to the point...
I don't know if I can mention the whole thing that's going on in 2020, the bad thing. But, so, a tiger...
The Rona?
Yeah, the Roni, the pepperoni.
The Roni.
A tiger has the pepperoni.
Sounds like a terrible boxed meal you can find at your local Aldi.
Tiger with Roni?
So about this, yeah. So the tiger, yeah.
Yeah. So this originally started out as a zoonotic disease, going from what is most folks are saying a bat or possibly a pangolin to a human. It has gone from humans to a tiger and subsequently a few lions that were in the same zoo as this tiger as well.
All right. So apparently, this tiger was at this tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York. Her name was Nadia. Oh shit. Her name was Nadia. She is a 4-year-old Malayan tiger, and she did test positive after developing a dry cough. Now, a lot of people say that this corona shit was like caused due to a bat, but wasn't it due to like pangolins actually?
It's either a bat or a pangolin. I mean, with the way information is currently, no one, like, I don't know which one's right or not. But it was, let's just say it was an animal that was probably not eaten legally.
Yeah, bushmeat.
Well, there was also talk about the trials and the biological trials that they were doing in that facilities that were in Wuhan, that they were possibly experimenting on the bats and then selling the used bats mistakenly to the public auctions, to the markets. So there's also that.
Sweet Jiminy Christmas.
That might have been something that got out.
That's
Who knows?
fucking horrifying.
Who knows?
Oh, fuck, man. That, I don't...
We don't know. We don't know. It's another
we don't know.
We don't have sovereignty over there, so there's no way to find out, really.
Yeah. Anyway, but so that is our time stamping for this episode.
Yeah. You know, so what are the fish?
What are fish, bud?
What are fish? Well, fish are animals, surprisingly. And fish are if you really want to break it down, fish are some of the first vertebrate animals to come onto land, and then fish evolved into amphibians, which reptiles, and subsequently mammals and birds, etc., etc. But fish are really, really fucking cool, and we should not look past the humble fish. A lot of people...
I don't know what you're expecting.
Exactly. So, let's move on from that.
How about hoofed predators?
Hoofed predators, yeah, mammalian hoofed predators. Yeah, there was a point in time where there were animals that hunted other animals that had hooves. Like, we're talking like what looked like a fucking horse, but would chase you down and fucking kill you.
Dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, prehistory was fucking terrifying. And so I think I'm going to pick just two well-known hoofed mammalian predators and kind of point them out and talk about them a little bit. One of them being Daeodon, which was if you looked at it, you'd think it was a pig, and it was scary. It looked like a big ass, terrifying, fast, predatory pig, but they weren't actually all that related to pigs. And then Andrewsarchus, which was
Andrewsarchus, I love those.
Which was named after one of my childhood crushes, Roy Chapman Andrews. Anyway, it was named after him, and it was actually a precursor to the animals that evolved into sheep and things like that. And it looked a lot like a large canid predator.
It really did. Hold on here. I'm gonna send a picture over to the chat. Hold up. Now what's really interesting is the fact that not only does this fucker look like a boar, but the fact that you said it was a precursor to sheep. Now, the one thing that I found interesting when I doing researching on sheep is that everybody's everyone goes how everyone's like everyone's a sheep, or if you don't listen to if you don't listen to me, you're a sheep and all that fucking shit. But I mean, like, what's interesting is the fact that sheep are actually really fucking smart. Not only do they
They've got facial recognition software.
yes, they can recognize faces, they can remember faces, they have favorite humans, they have favorite sheep, and sheep have been known to be homosexual.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't actually know that one.
Yeah, no, sheep are totally homosexual. And the fact that they actually can like cheer other sheep on. Like if a sheep's getting bullied, the sheep will cheer that sheep on until they stand up for themselves. Sheep are fucking cool.
So they can be homosexual, or they are homosexual.
They can be homosexual.
Are you sure they're just kind of not going with like the scene, and it's just kind of peer pressure that's kind of pushing them into the role?
Oh my god!
It's not a phase, Dad. I love who I love.
You know.
Man.
You got your emo sheep, the ones that the ones that dye their wool, you know, pink and black.
I love who I love, Dad. Get off my back. But anyway, back to Andrew Sarkis and Dea. So I'm gonna follow my sort of point of order here and talk about Daedon a little bit first, while River researches Andrew Sarkis a little bit more to pad runtime. So Daedon was what looks like a pig, stood over 6 feet tall at the shoulder, lived in North America during the Miocene, and this thing would run down the ancestors of horses and just kill them and eat them.
Horses.
We're talking about a pig, what looks like a pig running down a horse.
Now,
where was this? Because I thought horses.
No, this was back in the mid Agliocene era.
Oh, because I had thought that most hoofed mammals, that there were no horses, or at least what we considered horses, in North America.
Oh,
that was introduced by the Europeans.
Very early horses. Horses died out in North America, and then they were brought back.
Oh, interesting.
By us.
Obviously.
Yeah. they sealed their own fucking ships.
There were leftovers in the refrigerator that someone found behind like the egg carton that, it didn't spoil.
The horses actually wanted to be on the Mayflower. They just didn't make it. But
hey bud.
What's up?
It's the Nayflower.
I fucking hate you. I hate you.
The Nayflower.
No, I. This is why I drink. See, I know you called me an alcoholic earlier, but this is why I drink.
All right, so the cool thing about Daedons was this fucker had the goddamn mouth of a thylacine. Like they had, like if these fuckers were like the lineage to a thylacine, I wouldn't be surprised. They had like massive jaws that could that could bite you in half. Like think of the intro of the movie Ghost Ship, where with the wire cutting everybody in half and all their bodies sliding forward and it was only their torso standing. That is what you would look like after a Daedon gets through with you.
Think of the word snaggletooth and just put that on a pig, essentially.
So a Daedon was about 1.8 meters tall, which is roughly about almost
taller than a person.
He's almost 7 feet tall.
That's taller than DA.
That is taller. Fuckers, okay. And it's a mix of like different tooth types, and it's imagined to be like an omnivore capable of foraging for plants. But it's also
running down prey.
Yeah, it's also known for scavenging carrion, so it's kind of like an omnivore almost.
And they weren't slow.
This is interesting. So as a predator, their nostrils actually faced out to the sides instead of directly forward. So it should
It's even worse.
What's that?
Which is even worse.
So it's like the directional sense of smell, like, depended on which direction the head was facing in relation to the wind.
And these guys would run down prey and just
Bite it and
put those
fucking
sickening, disgusting teeth into them and just straight up chew them to death almost. It's not a fun. It's not pleasant. It's not. There's nothing pretty about it. It's not a pretty animal, and it's not a pretty way to die.
Daedons are fucking cool.
And then onto the other one, Andrew Sarkis.
Hold up.
Okay.
All right.
Back to Daedon.
I'm gonna go back to Daedons really quick because they are one of the largest Aerodactyls ever discovered. Artiodactyls.
The hell is that?
What's that?
Wait, no, actually, even toad. No, fuck. Alcohol. I put alcohol.
But
it's
Artiodactyls.
No, fuck. Even toad.
Yeah, it's an even toad. Basically they either have 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10 toes, but they're hooved. So like Artiodactyls would be like deer, cows, pigs, stuff like that.
Now, mind you, Daedon was not that closely related to pigs.
Sure as fuck looks like it.
It looks like a pig.
Yeah.
It can root around in the ground like a pig, but it wasn't a pig.
Look like a duck, quack like a duck, but was not a duck.
Look like a duck, quack like a duck. It'll kill a fucking horse.
It looks like it looks like a caricature of a hyena on Coney Island.
Wait, is that the one that I put in the chat?
It looks like an amusement park.
Oh no, that was the. Oh, you guys are like chatting. Okay, hold up. Oh yeah.
In fact, they were probably closer to the lineage of like hippos and whales. Which, I mean, if you really want to break it down.
Hey, bud. Brett asked a question. Did you answer that? He said, "Didn't horses migrate to Asia from?"
I sent the link.
Oh.
Yes.
I sent the link.
Yes.
Okay.
The link states that wild horses evolution started in North America, migrated via the Bering Strait to Asia and Europe, and according to you, died off in North America and were reintroduced by the Pilgrims. So that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah. So horses came from North America, left, then the ones left in North America died, and then they came back.
We repopulated.
They came back when there was nothing fucking scary to slaughter them. Just think about that for a moment.
I don't know. The Europeans were pretty terrible.
No, I mean, like, I'm talking about natural predators, because horses died out in North America when they had horrifying predators like the Daedons, like the last of the giant toothed cats lying around. All these
the American cheetahs.
Them too.
Yeah.
The American
horrifying
America had its own brand of cheetah.
Man, bear, pig.
That's what
had its own what?
That's what Andrew Sarkis looks like. What?
It had its own what?
We had our own. America had our own brand of cheetah.
Oh wow.
They're called American cheetahs.
Not necessarily like the current modern cheetah like you would imagine today.
No.
But
no. Hold on.
Different books, same pages.
They weren't as fast. They were spotted, but they weren't as fast.
Well,
but they were known for running things down, like a cheetah would. But yeah, horses, when all these scary ass predators that could run them down and kill them died off, finally made their way through human intervention. They've made their way back to North America.
And now, the only wild horses left in the world are the Chavosky horses, which we almost killed off.
Give it time. We're still working on it.
Oh my god.
We're almost there. We've almost gotten rid of all the wild horses.
I love it when people say, but zoos are prisons for animals. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure the Chavosky horse would beg to differ.
We'll open that can of worms on another episode.
The Chavosky horse controversy.
Oh, yeah. I've never so meant like zoos and everything because that deserves its whole ass episode.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my god, I can go on forever.
I know you can go on, and that's why I'm stopping you here. Anyway, on to Andrew Sarkis, who we've been neglecting for a little while. And this guy was found in.
Poor Andrew Sarkis.
Is he still alive?
Oh god.
Yes, DA. Yes, the Andrew Sarkis is still alive in our hearts.
Oh.
In the smile of every child.
The Andrew Sarkis or Andrew Sarkis as the person, because I have no idea what the hell an Andrew Sarkis is.
Okay.
Wait, is Andrew Sarkis a person?
No, shut up. Okay.
I was assuming.
No, okay. So Andrew Sarkis is an extinct genus of mammal that lived in the Eocene epoch. It's like Inner Mongolia in China. It's basically a large fucking predator that lived in the Eocene epoch. And when I say large fucking predator, I mean, yeah, humans would not have been the dominant species if these fuckers were still around. They were the largest terrestrial mammalian carnivore known on the basis of the length of its skull. Like, the length of its skull was used to estimate its size. So essentially, the Andrew Sarkis is one of the largest terrestrial mammalian carnivores ever discovered.
So think about polar bears, and they're the largest terrestrial carnivore known now. Bigger.
Yes, and
this guy
on hind legs, a polar bear can stand about what, 12 feet?
11, 12, somewhere around there.
11, 12 feet, yeah. Rest in peace, Aussie. But yeah, no, this fucker. So what's the really cool thing about like Andrew Sarkis? It was discovered in the 1920s by a paleontologist known as Roy Chapman Andrews, and according to the American Museum of Natural History in New York, he was a swashbuckling paleontologist.
Hot. So fucking hot.
I wouldn't know. Anywho, hold
on, let me while you're talking, I'm just gonna pull the photo.
Andrew Sarkis is basically what it means is called Andrew's ruler. That's what Andrew Sarkis means.
Like you Google and like a lot of the photos will show like older him. No, you got to get younger him.
And there's Bud, creaming over some dude that died 100 million years ago.
Hang on. You'll see what I mean. Let me just send this to the chat. There we go. He's a handsome gentleman.
That's right. That was the guy you were creaming over in the last episode.
Yeah, no shit. I will take any opportunity I can to talk about him.
The Norwegian word for speed bumps is farts humper.
Just thought you all should know. I feel like that's a good intermission for the episode.
That is a good intermission for the farts humper. I'm gonna use that from now on. Oh my gosh, Bud, that should be your name for your next D&D character.
Fart humper.
It should be Throckmorton's brother.
Oh dear God, we don't need any more of that bloodline. We don't need any more of that bloodline.
It sounds like a bard name.
Dear God, he already knows it's a bard.
Brett, Bud's D&D name
bard.
was Bud's D&D name. It's Throckmorton, and he's a barbarian.
Oh, dear God.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, we're getting off topic here.
Okay, so anywho,
We're going less educational, more not even entertainment.
okay, so Roy
Roy Chapman
Chapman
Andrews.
he was actually the inspiration for Indiana Jones.
Because he's had just so many adventures
Fighting Nazis.
and not fighting Nazis, but fighting bandits out in the Mongolian desert. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
You know, fighting cults, pulling out people's hearts, you know.
I've had a variety of pets, including a vulture.
That's right. We were talking about it on the other episode about fucking taking a vulture into custom, like into the airport, and we were laughing. Remember that? We were talking about like and then like we're just like, he's my emotional support vulture.
This is my emotional support.
He started eating
vulture.
a child.
Oh, side note, I did hit up on Facebook, and there are multiple people named Andrew Sarkis. So this one's for you, Andy, out in Fairbanks, Alaska. Anyway,
if we ever get like popular to the point where we have like millions of fans, I hope that Andrew Sarkis from Fairbanks, Alaska is like creaming himself right now, going, "Oh my god!"
She's like, "Whoa, they know who I am, man."
So
anyway,
okay, so okay, and also the other thing, I love how there's two conversations going on right now.
There's one Dungeons and Dragons conversation, which DA is getting very much wrapped into, which you can't blame him. That's who he is as a person.
Yeah. Okay, so
I immediately go to builds.
Okay, so I love how every time we talk about someone with a very exotic pet, the first thing we think about is child murder, because that's what we did in the baboon spider episode. Is we're just like, oh, imagine he's gone and now your kid is gone.
Right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, we were fucking.
Are we bad people?
Every time we talk, we rate animals by how much they would murder your child.
Are we bad people?
We are that people.
Okay.
We rated reindeers by how much collateral damage there would be to your grandmother, okay? So
well, I'll see you in Hell River.
we did an entire mock episode. That was our pilot episode when we went down to that reindeer farm.
That's true.
That was fun. This Christmas we're gonna do that again.
DA is like on the fence. Like I don't know whether he's going to hell or not. He's kind of the intermediate. Me and you, we're both going to hell.
Bud.
Yeah.
I don't believe in hell, so I don't know how I could go to hell if I don't believe in it. But then again, I don't believe in the DMV, and I get stuck there at least once every 4 years. So.
Hey!
I mean more so like the metaphorical sense.
So the interesting. Anyway. Okay, so Roy Chapman Andrews, he not only was the inspiration for Indiana Jones, but he was. I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is only one holotype for Andrew Sarkis. Like, there's only one specimen.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that. Yeah.
Like he found one, and it was like, okay, this is mine.
It was the Masonics or Mesonics, MESONYX, Masonics. It was a family of meat eaters.
I mean, you can tell that's a fucking meat eater, but if you look at the skull.
Bud, I want you to do a little thought experiment for me, okay? I want you to do a thought experiment. Actually, everybody listening to this, I want you to do a little thought experiment, okay? Imagine it is the year 4500, and it's gonna happen eventually, but gorillas are extinct and you've never heard about them ever.
Oh.
Now, imagine you're digging somewhere in the Congo of Africa. All right, you're just digging and you're excavating, see what, those freaky freaks did, 4,000 years ago. Yes, dig. Brett, are you part of the ant colony on Facebook too? Yes, oh my god, you are! Save the queen. Okay. So, so you're digging and you're trying to figure this out, okay? Now, you see a gorilla skull. Alright? Now, take a gorilla skull, and I want you to tell me what these fuckers ate.
I see where you're going with this.
I want you to tell me what they ate.
Okay, I see.
So,
Because
like,
of the large canines on gorillas, yes.
food? Yes. I mean, yes, they did eat food. But if you see... If you see a gorilla skull, and you've never fucking seen a gorilla before, you've never even heard of the word gorilla before. Exactly, monster. Like, what the fuck even is that? And it's got canines, so obviously it ate meat.
He's got a little brain box.
That's not No, see, that's not a brain box. See, these animals, what they did was they used this crest in the back of their heads to sun themselves.
What? What the fuck is that? How do they stun themselves? What does stunning themselves do? Do they have photosynthesis on their frontal lobe? Is that what that
No,
works?
she's more so making a joke about the misinterpretation of animal anatomy
the
in
perceived composition and why and how and
yes, and that large crest on the back of the gorilla's head, the sac, is actually the it's what helps contribute to bite force. Which,
well, I'll tell you, they'd make terrible prostitutes, that's for sure.
What the fuck?
Ew.
Too much teeth.
Guys,
Too much teeth.
Guys, I present to you a cyclops.
Well, I already know what that is. So, like, let's let the others guess.
That is a cyclops skull.
Okay, he knows. Okay, cool.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that right there is a cyclops skull. What they did was they used those giant tusks to bring down other cyclopses because only cyclopses are that big.
Right. Naturally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. the only natural enemy of the cyclops and other cyclops.
And Brett's right. That is how the cyclops mythology came to be. That's exactly why I looked up the elephant skull. Was because I knew. Yep, that's why I said cyclops.
And so there's a lot of misinterpretation of animal anatomy.
Yeah.
And so if you look at, and hang on, I'm gonna do a little bit of googling here, and I'm just gonna send you a photo of a skull, and y'all tell me what horrific creature you think this came from. There it is. This horrifying, jagged-toothed monster is, well...
Is that actually a hippopotamus?
Yes.
I was going to say Argonian, so I'm definitely wrong.
I mean, you got the tusks part right.
Brett's talk about cat skeletons, but going back to your hippo skull, it actually does look like a fucking monster that would eat things.
Yep.
Fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Actually, hippos can open their mouths wide enough to swallow a 3-year-old child whole, and hippos are one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, despite being a plant eater.
Right.
They do a lot of damage.
Because, like honey badger, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, hippos don't give the most flying a fuck.
I've been watching way too much Avatar lately, and you said honey badger, and my first thought was a bear platypus, and I do not know why.
Platypus bears are fucking awesome.
Yeah, platypus bear, that was it, yeah. I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time ever.
And
So.
platypus, and I love the creature design in that show. I could talk about that forever. But platypus bears are just so cool.
That's interesting. Hippos are why alligators have prey-like eye placement. A hippo can and will bite a gator in half, not give a single fuck. He is absolutely 100% correct.
Well, no, not 100% correct.
No? I thought they can.
Crocodiles.
The armored, yes, because hippos have a bite force like none other.
And hippos will...
I think he was getting at the semantics that alligators are in Australia.
Oh, God damn it!
Crocodiles.
You're killing me
here, man. This is another buffalo incident.
Oh, hell no! You fucking fight me.
We're just gonna backtrack, and we're going to correct that.
Yes.
Alligators are found in China,
yes,
America.
Thank you.
And crocodiles are found pretty much everywhere else.
I was reading too fast. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, don't be sorry.
Anyway,
let's go on with just the point be right next time.
Fuck you.
The Nile crocodile
oh my God.
has to live in fear of its neighbor in the river, the hippopotamus. Because they do. Because hippos will kill crocodiles and do very often.
You know what?
I don't know. With these jokes, Brett should be in this rather than me.
Shut up, DA.
I just wrote the joke. I like Brett.
Oh my God. Okay. So despite the fact that I made a terrible animal person mistake.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Hippos are terrifying. The end. Next.
Yes.
Now,
I didn't have another topic.
I know we've been dancing around the topic and no one's really wanted to talk about it, but has anyone seen The Tiger King?
No, we are not talking about that. Fuck you.
And discuss.
I'm just saying she did kill her husband.
Yeah, I'm with Brett on this. Not interested. Next.
I will say this.
What's not interesting about
TV.
meth addicts?
Because I don't want fucking assholes. I don't want fucking assholes buying tigers with their stimulus checks, because that's been what's been happening. We're supposed to be pro animals, not pro throw a tiger cub at the first hick that has $1,200.
Side note: the average United States stimulus check of $1,200 can't actually afford a tiger in most markets right now.
Yes. But beyond that, there's no longer a Tiger King to sell them because he's in jail now.
And he has coronavirus.
Oh shit, does he?
Does he? Wait, does he?
Yeah, he got fucking coronavirus.
Oh my God, that's a terrible twist.
Like, I'm sorry, but the funniest thing that could possibly happen, like, if the president actually pardoned him and he died of coronavirus afterwards, would be the most 2020 thing possible.
Dear God.
We thought this episode was a dumpster fire. This entire year was a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And
we're only 4 months in. We're only 4 months in. Calm down.
And this is why all our episodes this year are going to be a dumpster fire. But stick with us, dear listeners, for the grandeur year of 2021, where our episodes will become refined and educational and for the whole family.
Are you kidding me? We're going to light ourselves on fire.
Nah, I'm going to be dead before 2021. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Exactly what's going to happen.
I think that one of the most American fucking things to happen, I'm going to get a little bit political in this. I think the most American thing to happen is getting a stimulus check, buying a goddamn tiger, having the tiger eat your fucking face off, and not being able to afford the medical care.
Honestly, that's just natural selection in real time. I don't see a problem with that.
I believe that's what you get for buying a tiger.
Right?
That's what you get for living in Florida.
Oh.
But
okay, I mean,
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's what she.
You know what?
That's
We should
what she
talk
said.
about fish. Let's talk about fish.
We're going back to fish.
Let's go back to. You literally said in the episode previous to this one, "What are fish?" Let's talk about that in the next episode. And
Yeah,
guess what?
I know, I went over fish, and then you went on a fucking rant. We covered fish.
Fish is
There is no fish.
If you cover a human being in sardine oil, you can actually get a tiger to eat them. I think that's our fish topic right there.
We are done with Tiger King. We are done.
That fucking
I am putting a
Carol
moratorium on
Baskin.
this.
I believe she did kill her husband.
Killed her husband,
Probably.
whacked him.
Probably. I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh. I mean, yeah, for the money.
Okay, fine. You fuckers want to talk about tigers? Let's talk about tigers. Hey,
There's not a lot
bud,
of tigers left in the wild.
let's talk about Whirl. The danger kitty. Yes. Let's talk about Whirl, the danger kitty that doesn't have a tail.
Wait. Were you talking about the Facebook group where they all pretend to be ants in an ant colony?
Yes, that was, bud. That was fucking 15 minutes ago.
I know, but like I just realized what you were talking about.
Yes, what Brett is
The pills
typing
have finally
right now.
kicked in.
And Amazon, no,
The
we're not
pills
gonna
have
make a
finally
meme
kicked
video
in.
with that Tiger King song. I just heard it from work. Everybody at my job is fucking singing it.
Lift.
Do it, you nerd. I
And
love
just like that, I figured out who Amazon is.
Who?
Mr. Bubbles. Hi, Mr. Bubbles.
I don't know who Mr. Bubbles is. Wait, unless we're from BioShock.
He's the only person in the world that calls me nerd.
I call you nerd.
I call you nerd all the time. What
Not
are you
like
talking
this.
about?
Not like this. Not like.
Well, actually, I call you a lot of things. Nerd, asshole, the ball and chain to my soul, the reason why I drink, DA's, DA's pest problem.
And no, we're not gonna make a music video because I live in Florida, they live in Illinois, so if anything, those two have to make the music video. Alright.
DA, I'm not doing that. Are you doing that?
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it with all the sexy lace that we can get up, and it's gonna be a reenactment of Rexy, You're So Sexy from the Rex Manning Greatest Hits album.
Are you going to are you going to dress up in your sexiest and try to seduce him while he asks you to grab him the what was it, the blue cheese?
Thank God we're only
I have
10
no
minutes
idea what you're talking
episode.
about.
The
Folks,
the
if
movie
you're
that
listening
you're
to this
referencing to, the part where she tries to seduce him and he was just like, all right, do you like blue cheese?
Yeah, he unzips
you
his
only
pants
have
and goes
to
rock and roll.
Yeah.
you only have to endure another 10 minutes, folks. Just hang on in there.
This was a dumpster fire of an episode.
So what do we learn from this? We need to get some topics. We need to get some backup information. We need to have pictures already looked up. We need to have all of that stuff in the works. And then
Brett, Mr. Bubbles, if you guys want to watch a good episode about what this was supposed to be like, just go to our YouTube
good
channel.
episodes.
Second episode was good. I was even. Horses are not fish. Yes, okay.
Well, wait. If you really want to break it down and get all vertebrates are fish. Because the first vertebrate was a fish, and so everything that came from it was. I mean, this is okay. No, this is all bullshit. But everything that came from it was a fish.
Yes, but to say that everything is a fish.
No,
that's not right.
Me, you, we ain't fish. Horses aren't fish. Carol Baskin, not a fish.
That's not been proved yet. She might be an amphibian.
Her husband, covered in sardine oil,
Okay.
Iguanas, not fish. Alligators, not fish. Whales, not fish.
Bud, what's your favorite
All right.
fish?
Hail Mary Mallon's Whales, not a fish, but a good song. And actually, I know about 90% of it.
Bud, what's your favorite fish?
Barry.
Berry fish?
Barry, my catfish.
A berry fish. No, bury my catfish.
I mean, okay, so
No, I love Barry. I love Barry, but I have a quite some fondness of Archer fish.
DA, what's your favorite fish?
I don't know if it's a fish. I'm not quite certain it's a fish.
For the seventh million time, DA, dolphins are not fish.
No, I was gonna say the assassin worm that lives in coral rocks and like spears fish at like 100 miles an hour and eats them.
Bobbit fish.
Oh, for the bobbit fish? I thought they were like lampreys.
Bobbit worms.
Bobbit worms, yeah.
Bobbit worms, yes.
Bobbit worms are fucking horrifying. Let's just
those are amazing. They're so alien.
Mambos?
He just loves how creepy they are.
Mambas. Okay.
I do.
Mr. Bubble says mambas.
Mambas.
Mamba fish?
Mambo number 5.
Oh my god.
A little bit of Dina and
bobbit fish.
That is a bobbit fish.
That's a bobbit worm right there.
Bobbit worm.
And so amazing.
Bobbit worms are thankfully not fish.
How do you know?
They're invertebrates, and I do not know a lot about bobbit worms, if I'm being quite honest.
I know that they're amazing.
Giant useless fish. Oh, sunfish! Dude, Mr. Bubbles talked about sunfish.
You mean mola molas?
Mola molas, yes.
Mambos.
Mola
Let me just edit an image really quickly.
Sunfish,
while I'm talking.
yes. They have no reason to exist.
Dear God.
Bud, you literally went on a fucking rant about mola molas at one point. I remember.
Yeah, but like now I look at them and they're just so stupid that I.
Okay. Fun fact: Bud and I used to work. Bud and I used to work at a zoo. We were tour guides, right? He dead ass sat on one of the trams before our shift and went on a fucking rant about how much he hated sunfish. And when I say rant, I mean we were all circled around him as he was going on this tirade about how useless they are.
Yeah, but like now I look at them and they're just
we were like, Bud, this is a Dairy Queen drive-through. Calm down.
Sir, this is a McDonald's.
Son, this is a McDonald's. Calm down.
They get eaten by sea lions and just let it happen. Yeah. They do. They have no natural defense. Like, other than, I think they taste horrible or something along those lines.
Derpfish. I agree, it's a derpfish. Oh my god, my heart. I can't.
Oh wait, it's either they taste horrible or they have no nutritional value.
I can't with this episode. Oh my god. No, but sea lions seem to like them.
Y'all remember, if they taste bad, they're probably a delicacy. Jesus. No, you're not wrong. But it's either they taste bad or they have no nutritional value, which I think is their only natural defense against predators.
Oh
and
my
I
god,
don't
I'm
think
gonna
it
have a heart
deters
attack. I'm
predators
dead.
all that often. Because I think if let's see, ocean sunfish bitten. Let's see. Yeah, here's just a photo of a sea lion just tearing into one of the poor things. Ooh, but here is a excellent photo of one that is dissected, and it is quite beautiful, actually. Y'all remember the video of the ocean sunfish that was found by the two guys with the Boston accents, and they're just yelling, "It's a baby whale!"
No, but okay.
No, okay.
Okay, so my favorite fish. Why the fuck are they grinding their pharyngeal teeth, which are long and claw-like? Claw-like. Do sunfish?
I mean, hooked, claw-like. They're hooked.
I sent a photo of what one of the insides of an ocean sunfish looks like, and you know, in its own way, it's kind of pretty.
Is that
They
blue
don't have a
thing?
lot of.
Is that blue thing a swim bladder?
Let's see. That's behind the. Well, here's your gills. God, it's been a while since I've done fish anatomy. Oh, sweet Jiminy Christmas.
Sunfish don't have a swim bladder. Is that true?
I think that might be true. I know
Well,
frogfish
teeth don't look like claws, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about that.
Wait, they might have a swim bladder. I know frogfish do not have a swim.
I didn't know. Brett said sunfish don't have a swim bladder. How the fuck does a fish not have a swim bladder?
I don't know why you're getting so upset about it.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Mola have no swim bladders. Tissue provides natural buoyancy. Oh God, they can't even do that right.
You're looking at Wikipedia. I don't know why. This is setting the bar pretty low.
No, I'm not.
Have you met this episode?
Yeah. No, I'm looking at a lot of different sources.
But Brett literally just sent you a fucking they're useless as jellyfish. At least jellyfish have some sort of defense.
Well, no, because that's Wikipedia, but I'm looking at a lot of different results, and a lot of different results say they have no swim bladder. Even
they
some
have
that
no...
like...
Hey, bud.
And so
bud.
For the folks at home, a swim bladder is what a fish who maintain their buoyancy in water, and the process of expanding and contracting it can change whether they're sinking or floating in the water column.
Hey, bud.
So,
as someone who graduated from Wikipedia University, and you know that other show that we do?
mm-hmm.
Where do you think most of my facts come from?
Well, I would hope not Wikipedia.
You haven't looked. Well, you know what?
I'm just your script.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're my script editor, but a lot of my shit comes from Wikipedia. You know why? Because Wikipedia actually references their sources now. So if you don't believe it, you can go down to whatever source they're citing, click on the link, and then decide for yourself. Which
Whoa, hang on there, Kimosabe. I'm not saying Wikipedia is a bad source. I'm just saying I try to get the same information from multiple sources. That way, it's easier to verify.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of what I do when I'm writing scripts. Was it fucking? Oh, what was that one that I always go to? That's how you do research. Yeah. No, he's right. He's fucking right. What's that one website that I always go to? It's like it's not live science. What the fuck? It's Let me look up an animal.
When you're trying to stay positive, but a fucking sea lion just bites a chunk out of your head.
What? It's not live science. What is it? It's why can't I find
LimeWire?
It's not live science. Why?
Although I will say a lot of the information on sunfish or mola molas isn't true.
No. Oh, bye, Mr. Bubbles.
Like I will admit, they're not capable when it comes to a lot of things, but And they do die.
That's pretty much me and you too. That's all of us. We're pretty much incapable with a lot of things.
And they do die frequently, but they're not as useless as some people say they are.
Speaking of diving, hey, you want to know a really cool fact? I love this. This is like actually one of my favorite facts. It's more wholesome. It's not like, hey, guess what? Surprise! This is terrible. But baby goslings can dive 30 to 40 feet underwater.
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool.
Remember those Remember all those goslings at the zoo?
Yeah.
I only remember Ryan.
Oh, how could we forget Ryan?
Ryan.
Gosling.
Oh, ha. Funny. Okay. Marco Wahlberg.
Oh my god. I think we're gonna end on that note.
We're not done yet.
Yeah,
are we done?
We're done.
We are.
It's almost
done.
1 o'clock in the morning.
We've made it through what our listeners have to make it through. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here.
This was a dumpster fire of an episode. I promise you, next episode is going to be a little bit more.
How about we chalk this up as a learning experience that we commit to the cold depths of the abyss?
So edit it and post it on YouTube. Got it.
Definitely don't do
that. It's going to need a lot of editing.
I know it's going to need a lot of editing. Who's the editor around here?
Yeah. I mean, if you can edit some funny things into it and maybe edit some content into it, you could probably get away with it. Maybe just reshoot the whole thing.
Oh my god.
This is not something you can pull off on fly. Keep telling you that. This has as much investment as one of your normal episodes.
All right. Hey, Brett, since you're, or Mr. Bubbles, if you're on too, what did you guys, like, is this something that we should do live more? Like, this is not a normal episode. Normally, we're a lot more prepared, but we just weren't prepared today.
Yeah.
So, is this something that what do you guys think? You guys were the audience. Did you guys find enjoyment out of this, or because you were interacting? What?
Send them the link to the other episode. This was definitely not one of your best.
No, this was not our best episode in any way, shape, or form. Actually, if you want to know our best episode, go to Cooter Boogaloo. I was fucking rolling, and I was in that episode.
Yeah, I know you were in all the episodes.
I mean, yeah. It was entertaining enough to get me to turn my game off. Hooray!
Oh. Oh. Okay. I'll take that as a win.
Hooray!
Wait, what game was it? Because if it was was it like a really boring game?
Oh, fuck you, bud.
Okay, it was Dauntless. Okay, I haven't played Dauntless, but I've heard it.
I mean, I was able to keep up with you guys and still play Minecraft, so whatever.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I was here the entire time.
Okay.
Well, I finished my beer, so that's good. Similar toy Monster.
Similar to Monster. Ooh, I do love me some Monster Hunter. Anyway.
Okay,
so thank you for listening, folks.
So
we hope you had fun.
That is Animal Bites, the YouTube link right there.
No. Let me rephrase your sentence. This was Animal Bites Live.
This was Animal Bites Live. We may or may not do this again.
We're never going to do this again.
I had fun. Brett had fun. Mr. Bubbles had fun.
He's being generous, but besides the point.
Well, next time we'll do it.
This is something.
Next time we'll do it live, but we'll have more topics. Bud, you were supposed to be the topic guy.
I never gave any indication of having anything ready. And you went ahead with this. This is on you in the end.
And with that, I'm signing off and going to bed.
Good night, DA.
1010 would tune in again. See?
10
One person likes it.
No, Brett, I appreciate your opinion.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks, Brett. You were awesome. You too, Mr. Bubbles, if you're still here. All right.
No.
All
Oh,
right.
DA actually left.
Yeah, he did. All right, sign off, bud.
Y'all have a good night now, or day, or whatever it is whenever you're listening. And we thank you for tuning in. And we wish good health and safety to you and your friends and family during these troubling times. And thanks for listening to Animal Bites. We'll see you hopefully some other time.